Welcome right the crew. Stop googling yourself.
I know.
Right. Definitely didn't Google yourself.
I was actually checking the Cyprus squad.
What you check?
They're all
Who's
guys.
your favourite player in the Cyprus squad? Oh, is it?
Gogic is in that.
That's surely Steve Clarkson shout, leave him on, isn't it?
100%. We've seen that. Full team talk. I'm Keir Rackett taking Dizzy turns.
Oh, you get that. Get checked out, by the way.
He going Dizzy?
Aye.
Oh,
Before we get in the football too.
Don't even go there, by the way. Can I get a wee shout out first of all?
Oh, fucking hell, man.
Of course you
You can give a shout out. I'll give you a shout out as long as the next time I hear you on the radio, you give a shout out as well. I don't think that's me a professional.
You better hope this isn't a bad shout out though. You're about help for that or you're out here.
It's my wee cousin, Caroline. She's had a rough wee period. It didn't look as if she was going to make it through. My head's been all over the place. So she's made her it was touch and go. So a wee shout out to her husband Barry, Derek, who love yous guys. I know it's weird.
He doesn't anymore, he fucking hates him.
So she's married to a Barry and her son's a Derek. Right, and then I know it's crazy that innit, in the family. That's it. There's the Ferguson and the Bibbers, because I stayed with my granny up in Ballannet and all that, we all grew up together, so we're all, we're kind of mixed family in terms of Celtic and Rangers and all that, so right down the middle and there's Paul and Eileen and all that. So they've been through the mill and we've been really worried and so...
Just use the full history of your full family.
I know. Do you want me to go any further? But it is, it's sitting.
No, listen,
it's been tough.
Feeling better.
It's been...
Caroline.
Give her a wee shout out, because she's up in the
world.
By the way, you went viral with Hot Wings Challenge.
Aye.
See amount of people that messaged me about you. And I'm going to tell you what.
Stung in the mouth for a hornet.
Women.
That one.
That was brilliant. Like a jam piece or something. A passenger. By the way, amount of women that messaged me about you. Incredible, mate.
Right, geezer. What's the punchline?
Not being serious.
No, that's not genuine.
Recently.
The hottest man in town.
Good one.
No swearing, mate.
Why is the hottest man in town eating the hottest wings in town? Because that's what we do, innit?
They weren't that hot, they were delicious.
Aye,
weren't they? They were really nice. I thought you and Big Kevin were... I think you were at it.
No, mate,
were you not kind of overacting?
I know, mate, it does make us look like that.
I expected you to hit the deck and all that and start rolling about and all that.
Aye, it does make us look like that now.
But we did run down the heat because we were that we actually thought he was having a bad turn, mate. We were gonna...
Mate, that was that bad. I think they realised, I think that day, it was a health, they actually think I was going to die, so they couldn't put that spice on yours. There's no way after what I went through.
Look, don't talk us down because we dealt with it.
I don't think it was just normal wings. I think it was just normal wings.
Aye.
I don't think it was anything in it.
Me and him were dying inside. Dying inside.
We did strong.
You don't show that. No chance. How are you? Good. I'm brilliant, aye.
It's similar to punditry tonight, are just a level above.
By the way, what have you had for your breakfast? Maybe that's today, we've been a wee bit dizzy. Many cans of that.
No, it's not that. That's sorting them out. See when he takes a dizzy turn, he drinks that and he feels much better.
I've bought, generally my business is I've bought 15,000 cans and I'm the only one that's drinking them. I mean, that's not sinning.
Aye.
That's the same, I've never seen a business like
that was just wholesale, you got them. You just got them cheap.
The other day we had the big crates on.
That sits on them as well, wouldn't it?
He bashes a few yards up. No, but the other day we sat within the house.
Your dad's ass drinks a few cans, didn't he?
We sat with mums in the house, or the crates. So every day you just want to nibble away at them.
The bigger cans.
Moving on.
The later cans he sits on.
Slaney was back on Monday, wasn't he?
Genius winner.
Slaney was
Genius winner. That was it. That performance that was
the old
boy winner. That was his mate. Do you know what? I don't think that when I first came on goal for the first 3, 4, 5 months, I don't think that will ever be touched again. I don't think anyone will ever get to near that performance. I walked
right in at the end, the boys were sitting watching it. But I walked in about 30 seconds ago and you were talking about space.
I was actually raging about that because him and Andy joke about it. They don't want to talk about proper stuff.
Aye, I'm interested in that stuff.
Because I've never seen a human brain cannot make
what you were saying to me the other day, it was God that was doing it.
Aye.
So is he a human brain or what's he?
No, he's a higher power.
So what is it, a person or what?
Is there some...
Spirit.
Aye. A spirit runs the full world.
No, but it's, mate, it's impossible way, right?
What? No, come on, explain yourself.
Well, what I would say is I've been brought up to believe in God. Whether it's hard to get into that because you can't see it, but as I said, the human brain can't create this. So it must be something that's up above us.
So God's got a better brain than everyone else?
I don't know if he's got a brain.
So God, right. I'm not that scared.
No, but seriously, the performance the other day for me is up there. Back. Do you ever see that again? the old Paul Slaney again, and a current.
I hope it's not like when you played like one really good game and 25 shockers
on the bench. Not bad.
No, that's what if you look at the 25 performances before it, you would suggest that it is.
Nah, you've always been there, but you're back.
That's what the boys said. As soon as I walked in, that's what they said. Slaney's back. He's on it, but then I just heard you.
So he's under pressure today?
No.
Better be funny today, man.
I know well.
Come on, geez a joke. Come on, mate, laugh. Come on, mate, laugh me, man.
Nah, shit. Simon, grab the spot. I double the odds from the centre for your first £10 bet. Send it to gsport.com/open goal.
Got to the bottom of why he's not been.
No,
don't. Anfield this week. We're going to Anfield this weekend.
Don't listen.
Are you seriously no? Is he no gone?
Does that know why? Because he's played for another Legends team.
No. This is getting cut because this can't go.
Did you know of that tab on the other day?
I'm not half. 4 days in a row.
Managers are superstitious when they win. He's superstitious. He's funny for once. He's not that.
I thought it was the kitchen I could smell.
No, let's not get off the subject. The reason why he's not being invited. He's played for another Legends team.
Motherwell. Who? I need to know because
Celtic's fiercest rivals, mate. He's went and played for them, their Legend team.
Have you?
Yeah.
He's donned the blue, the Teddy Bears, mate.
Right, go tell
it was years and years ago.
I'm singing Simply the Best.
No, it was years
ago. Having Gordon Smith naked.
Oh.
Is that a tanning lamp there, lights? Because his face is getting a wee bit red.
No. Right, so the situation what happened was, and I've been battered the rest, and I wish it never ever came out. The situation was, it was a Celtic and Rangers game, Legends game. I called up to play with Celtic. So me and Andy McFadden are late.
I know.
And I mean, hell of a late. And I mean, we're leaving my house at 60 minutes of the game. You know what I mean? And it was doing it, winning. So we drive down there, 15 minutes to go, we go in.
So you took 15 minutes for your house to come
Wait a minute.
Tell a proper story, please.
Wait, before we go any further, we're using the term Legends game loosely here, surely.
Andy McFadden,
Slaney. Winning.
There's a few.
I mean, the games at Anfield, there's 40-odd thousand. There's a one at Ibrox at the weekend.
I know the gig he's talking about.
Sold it as well.
There's a sprinkling of Legends.
Maybe. It's not, and there's fans in it.
Because Andy, I know what you're talking about, because Andy's played with both. Sometimes he plays with Celtic, sometimes he plays with Rangers.
No, there you go. So Andy's going to play with Rangers, obviously, to make up the numbers.
But Andy's not on podcast claiming to be a big massive Celtic guy, is he?
I've not heard him greeting about not being involved in this one, though.
No, what I'm saying, so when we went down there, there was this one Celtic that one Rangers trip.
Surely when you play with Celtic, you went, I'll take Celtic, you take Rangers.
I'm talking to somebody, I see Andy running out with the Celtic strip on. So there's not just one strip left. But there's no strip, I couldn't run out naked. I couldn't run out naked, there's nothing else I could do.
See, ran out as the ref or something, but...
So that's why he's not being invited. He's known as a... He's playing in the Rangers Legends game on Sunday, that's why he's not playing.
Do you know somebody's asked him, by the way, we're needing players for the Celtic team, and he's offered Niall McGinn.
I know, he played, done well for Celtic, didn't he? With Stanley Matthews.
Some player.
I heard they were still looking for places.
Trevor Sinclair's playing. He's took the dairy off me. Trevor Sinclair's playing.
He's not took any dairy off you, mate. He's played in Iceland.
I know, he's not playing for Celtic.
So I thought there was going to be, I thought you were leaving it right to the death, and then there was going to be an announcement that you were in. I thought it was just, you were
No, it's a proper game. It's not a wind-up.
Obviously with Trevor Sinclair, I think they're looking for, if you've not played for Celtic, big personalities within the media. Right. To make up for another number.
By the way, if you put out another performance like Monday the day, you might get a late call.
I'm running out of time now, aren't
I? It's getting
a bit close.
So you coming down, you going down for tomorrow?
We're doing tomorrow, mate.
Or the family driving down?
Or the family driving down.
That's brilliant,
mate. And what are you doing the night before the game?
Bed early, mate.
Back socialising?
No.
You getting mic'd up again so we can hear that wee...
Fuck's sake, bro.
Mate, you played well that game.
Glenn Office? I don't hope you're not being sarcastic. No,
calm down. Right, we sorry did it against Glenn Office, but you need it against all these Liverpool legends. Do you see them in the Masters? They were brilliant, mate.
That's a wee tight pitch, isn't it? Sure.
Aye.
See these games,
keep telling yourself that.
Do the players die out? Do they burn out?
No, they actually become, I think they'll be more even aggressive and want to win it. Because when you've been out it for a while, they're so, you know that they're so competitive.
Surely if it gets to 3 or 4, they're just keeping the ball.
No, they're honest. You'll be surprised. Tell you what, you'll be surprised. You'll be surprised with the fitness or not.
Aye.
A lot of them keep themselves in good nick. So do they.
I just want to get on record. My back has been sore. It's
Aye.
not used
Right,
mate. I was really confident going into the game, but now the back, I'm worried.
So you worried about getting subbed on then right back off
I'm
because
gonna
of the
tell you now,
back?
if it goes any more than 2, mate, this back will be gone. There'll be a spasm
You'll be
coming.
alright, you'll not be starting anyway.
Do you think that?
No, you'll be Richard Ashcroft.
What have you noticed that? I know. See the way he's there, you're expecting.
I'm not even the manager. And he's
What have you not
devastated.
playing? How are you going to react to that?
No, I'll be buzzing if I'm not starting. I don't want to start, mate.
You're going to take that
the game
wee, is it that wee position again up against the
glass Ferry seat. Joe Ledley's playing, mate. He's still a fit boy.
Is he?
Surely Joe Ledley's
You'd be
starting.
surprised.
Petrov's starting, surely. But it's the fact that you're coming on for these guys. See if your name goes up, Simon Ferry coming up.
You don't mind at the starting 11, so it just goes in with them all.
Fans are like, the fuck's the manager thinking? Paul could get sacked after this game, mate. for bringing
Could
it
be
up.
worse, mate. What if you don't get on?
Well, that's also my fucking worry, mate, because...
What if he turns round, somebody goes down, he turns round and goes, just bring him off. Just bring him off, we'll
Or
play
put
with
his on
10.
and bring his off
We'll
straight
play
away.
with 10.
I was Paul Lambert's boot boy, right, and he's got a kind of sixth sense of humour, Paul Lambert. Wouldn't it surprise me if they're telling me that I'm going down to a play and you're there to do
Well, you've caned a few people
that's what I'm
over the last
saying.
few years, so there
might
maybe
be a
Maybe a sick pot against me, mate.
Maybe this is
This is a
payback.
big weekend for you, mate.
Imagine this weekend ends like that.
Big
Could be a
weekend for
stitch
you.
up that, mate.
Aye.
That'd be
How
brilliant.
much?
Imagine he was behind that. Imagine he was behind that.
He's not behind
And
that.
this has all been kind of manipulated.
I need to
Save
speak
us.
to
Tell me
Paul.
now.
I need
My
to-
two kids are going here.
That wouldn't come
Aye, good
into-
experience to see all the legends playing, but wasn't it?
that wouldn't come into my thinking. Even thinking that you're 2 kids down there, that wouldn't come into my... I wouldn't care about that.
No.
I want to speak
Right,
to
innit?
Paul Lambert.
I need to talk to somebody.
You need to know for sure that you're
Nicholson's
getting
getting
playing.
That back.
Nicholson's
Just pull
getting-
it. Just pull it. Don't take a chance. Just pull it.
Just bought the kids new clays and that for going
What
down.
they wear?
Because you need to be smart casual for the boardroom. Can't wear track. He's going to wear a Liverpool
What's
track.
smart casual? What does that mean?
You've never
I
came
know.
here like it, so...
No, I know.
Um,
And I don't bother, no. You don't
I'm
bother
not
as you get
laughing,
older.
Bit much that
Ah,
one.
but your missus, man. Yeah, it's your missus' department, is it not?
In between a trackie and a suit.
Aye.
Anywhere in between. The smart
Tracky
casual.
bottoms.
In between.
Suit Jake.
No trackie.
She
Don't
was
wear a
looking through
suit.
the list to see who was good looking that was playing as well. This could be the worst week. I could come up no playing a minute and she'll be getting off with fucking Steven Gerrard or something.
Aye, somebody might get off the pitch early. Take her up the road.
Imagine that I got to two
Where is
boys
she?
are just sitting on the
Where is she?
She's way back to the hotel.
What is their team? What's their squad?
Do you want to get that?
Aye.
I got sent the email last night. You talk amongst
How
yourselves.
have you what you been up to this week? I'd just like to know that. Food, you get your food in. Any debates you've had with anybody? Did you watch Simon Jordan and Eddie Hare?
Listen to I was there Tuesday morning, living
Good
at
heavyweights.
Aye. 1 to half-12. It was enjoyable.
Who do you think got the better?
I think Eddie, well,
He started early,
Simon uses words that I don't even know for a start, by the way, you know, so, you know, keep it simple, you know. You're a simple guy for a
Simple
certain,
Simon.
for a certain background, but no, I thought that's Eddie's department, the boxing. He knows he's a promoter, so he's in that, he's been involved in that. So, but Simon's on the outside, but some of the questions he was put, so obviously it was about Ben, you know, and they were right on it about the two. Obviously the two tests that are positive, and I think they're cracking up because they still want him. Eddie still wants him to fight in June when he shouldn't be until he's got a 270-page document. Well, get it out.
There's no showing
Get on it.
Yeah, well, aye.
Jim Mike was desperate to ask me about Rangers, wasn't he? I had Eddie here about Rangers. You ready for these names? Liverpool, Jersey Dudek, Sander Vesterveld, Sammy Hupia, Fabio Aurelio, Daniel Agger, Martin Skittle. Mate, that's basically the fucking Liverpool.
They've no long finished.
Benitez.
They've no long finished as well.
This guy's name getting mentioned, never heard of him.
Go, sir.
Ragnar Klavan.
Go.
He's brilliant.
Going on centre back.
I mean, he was in the squad not long ago.
Aye.
Kavarme, Gary McAllister.
Class.
This is who I bet you I'll get man marked for this guy, Mohamed Sissoko. Fuck it is.
Just knew the whole game.
Albert Riera, who's a good player, Spanish
Left
winger. Steve McManaman. Mate, their team's a joke. Salif Jow, Steven Gerrard, Luis Garcia, Jibril Cisse, Robbie Keane, Mark Gonzalez, and Slaney's twin Dirk Kite.
Oh, by the way,
Unless
they don't get any competition winners, no?
Liverpool, is it going to be that same sort of situation?
They don't get any competition winners, no?
Mate, what? Not the one competition.
I think it'd be quite
The
good.
Celtic team's following them, mate. After Boric, he should keep it done. Shea Given, Darren O'Day, Glenn Luvins, Ramon Vega, Mikel Lustig, Emilio Ezagiri, Paul Lutim, Lee Naylor, Stilian Petrov, Joe Ledley, Simon Ferry, Simon Donnelly, Trevor Sinclair, Mark Rosas, Ross Wallace, Massimo Donati, Niall McGinn, Robbie Keane, Hesselink and Bratback.
There's not a lot of players that have done a lot for Celtic. There's no, by the way.
There's not a lot of legs in there. That's all I'm thinking
Petrov done a
about.
lot.
Petrov did.
Can you get bets on this?
What would you bet on?
10-0.
Would you?
10-0.
Can we watch it? Is there a possible link we can get to it?
I think so.
It's got to put that on, surely. Liverpool TV might put it on.
Their managers,
they will.
Kenny Dalglish, assistant manager Ian Rush and John Barnes.
Barnsley had a fight with Andy Castle the other day. He'll not be right. You see that?
No.
They had a debate with Andrew Castle.
And who says Paul Lambert, assistant manager, Tom Boyd, Ellen Flanagan, auction winner. We're fucked.
If the game's not played in
I'm
favour.
telling Lambo to get a training session Friday night, mate. Forget fucking
No.
meals.
Don't you be drinking, mate. Don't you be drinking Friday. You make sure you're ready for this. You're going in as one of the runners. Like, oh, he's fit, young, got legs. You need to play 90. You need to play 90.
I'd give you 10.
It should be a
Whatever you do, don't say you can play centre back against Robbie Keane and Cisse and all that. No chance, mate.
Is VAR involved?
Oh, it could be anything, man.
You'll get the dildo.
No, it has been used at his house this weekend. Full weekend, the dildo.
That could be
Listen,
anything.
you'll get a good workout. You'll get a good workout.
You need to pull it up.
It'll be good. You'll enjoy it.
If you're not low block, mate, I'm fuming.
You'll enjoy it.
You'll enjoy it.
I'm fucking
Can I just ask what you said for dinner last night?
fish tacos.
I had a
Incredible.
McDonald's last night.
Just with that, with chicken sandwich.
Aye.
Just rushing a bit.
I was out all day, so thought I need to grab something. Took a wee man to training, went for a quarter pounder.
What are you?
Chili and rice, aye. Mrs. made it. So, and by the way, boys, you'll not be getting that next week. Mrs. is away
So
for a week. So I don't know what the boys are getting. I can't believe she's leaving me with they two again. Torture.
Brilliant. Just get the couch and the table and that out of the living room. And just
You just
get it and take time off work and just have a wrestle for a week.
I'm not away for a week.
Aye.
Imagine you've wrestled for a full week.
But I tell you what she doesn't, you know, right? Because she doesn't really watch
gonna
your
find
podcast. I'm cutting down her tree out the back. She likes it, but it's fucking it's dead messy by it.
She likes it.
She does. She likes it in the summer. She's got a lovely shade and all that. Well, shade no more. It's getting cut down. I was looking at, costs about 300, 800 quid to get one of the tree surgeons in. I'll do it.
So what are you getting?
I've got a chainsaw in the hang me.
Can I just ask why you've got a chainsaw?
Let's get the boys at competition.
He's doing a speech, isn't he?
Right.
It's not a big, massive
10
tree.
swings of the axe each. See who can get it done.
Aye.
So that's what you're doing on weekend?
I think I'll do it on Sunday. And then I'll start some fires.
With the wood?
I'm not allowed fires. See when
I
I,
don't
stayed
think
up,
you should.
see when I stayed up in quarter, I blew out the window in the garage, and then the gutters they all melted because I had a fire out the back. I don't do wee fires, I like big fires.
What do you do?
It was a roll.
You sit in front of the
Think
fire?
it was a bonnie.
Well, see, they're all play hang.
Throwing the aerosol cans in.
See, you might have it for your Wayne. See the hang, like you get maybe at a Costco, the wee play park thing and all that. Well, they outgrown it. So
You still got it?
No, I set it on fire.
Alright.
Obviously, set it on fire.
Mate, there's kids on a hunt. You could have
But that was the difference, because all the Waynes in quarter came here because they love that.
Mate,
They love fires and all that. The neighbours was there, the neighbours and all that, there was hoses and all that getting and try to put it out and all that.
Hosing you?
No, hoses.
Love to see that, would you? Just getting bashed into
I
the
get
wall.
into trouble for it, but alright.
Not as much as you're going for chopping her tree down if she likes it.
It's coming down, it's too much trouble.
I like you've got. I'm being. Have you ever taken a tree down? I think you're capable of it, mate. I'm being totally honest.
I have took a tree down.
Have you? When?
I took it down 2 years ago. Another man in the garden. But the neighbour was delighted because
Sun coming in.
because it was stopping the sun getting into her wee patio bit, so she was delighted. In fact, wee Betty next door, she caught me talking to the tree last week. See, I know, I went out and I was going, fucking talking to it down the boat, because of the mess and all that, it's casting some stuff. And she was out having a wee fag and all that, and she must have.
Betty smoked, does she?
And I turned round and I was like, oh, how you doing, Betty? She must have been got it. She did.
Right, boys, we've got 2 massive games coming up.
When?
At Hampden as well, 2 of them, near away game. How important is it to get after a win?
Aye, well, the first one Cyprus, isn't it? So we need to win that one. Spain on Tuesday. Do we need to win it? No, we don't need to win it, but I think we can. I think we can go off to 2 wins.
Yeah, you think we can beat Spain, huh?
Aye, how not?
Because they're good, really good.
Aye, so what? We can still beat them. I think it'd be. It's not going to be easy. They've got a new manager.
You take it on a minute.
I would.
I don't like settling for draws. I'd rather just go for the win.
Wow.
I just think we can win the game. I'm not saying we're going to win it, but we can win it. And if we manage to get 2 wins to kick off the campaign, then it'd be obviously a brilliant start.
You see much of Cyprus?
No, but it's one game at a time, innit? And I wouldn't. I think a lot of people sometimes are inclined to just think, it's Cyprus, a wee place you go for a holiday and all that.
Football's not like that anymore, is it?
Nah, a bunch of guys will just come out, and the older guys. It's definitely these guys, and I don't know. You know more than me because you've looked at the squad. But these guys are playing all over Europe, guys that are playing in Spain, Italy, Holland, wherever. So they'll be decent. They'll be obviously organised, hard to break down, all the cliches and all that, but it's not a gimme, far from it. So, but should we have a not? I think, but it's not going to be an easy game. So just want to get that first and foremost, get a wee victory on Saturday, and again we've got in our squad we've got a certain number of boys that have not been playing first team football regular, not getting starts. So it's a hard one for the manager to gauge at the minute, innit? Who to put in. So it'll be interesting to see who it starts with, but don't underestimate them, if I can get it out. Aye, give a drink of that. Underestimate them because,
But see what he's got this time that he's not had for a long time is a full week preparation. Having a Saturday game is massive.
Steve Clark's the type of manager that benefits from it because he works so much on the training.
And what about them? What do you think about them changing venue, their training venue as well?
I agree with it. Lesser Hampton
on the grass. Aye. Instead of the Orium.
Apparently it's it's brand new, brilliant surface. I was never a massive fan of the Orium. We kind of had to go there when.
Why did you like it?
Because I didn't think the pitch was great. I didn't think it was a brilliant facility. For what you need. I mean, I just didn't think the pitch. They made it as if it was state of the art. The pitch wasn't great, and you've got.
So sorry to interrupt you. Would you train on AstroTurf before a game on grass?
No, there's a grass pitch there, but I didn't think it was great.
So there you go. If the players aren't happy, you can get a wee feel it for you.
No, well, I was at that point. I was coaching.
Sorry.
You had a group of players, maybe half the squad coming from England, and the training pitches are a joke. They're pristine, and coming up to the Orium, it wasn't anywhere near their standard. I don't think being in that kind of uni campus and in the hotel, I'm not sure was ideal for them. So I think most importantly, going and getting a good facility to train on. It's the most important thing. Good surface to train on, and I'm not surprised that's what they've done. John Carver didn't miss anybody when he done his interview, saying it was a health hazard, safety hazard for the players.
Lewis Ferguson says his arse was a hazard.
Another thing as well, you're saying about where they're staying, because these guys are used to staying in nice hotels, aren't they? Top notch. So maybe that's played a wee part.
How was it Orium like dorms?
No, there's a Marriott there, and the hotel's fine, but I just don't think the players were happy being in that kind of environment. We'll see how it pans out, but I think most importantly the surface for training.
Sorry, see when you said pans out there, I'm just imagining John Carver on the pan. Sorry, stupid brain.
I wonder how he'll shape up, Clark. What he'll go with.
So I'll be keeping the boys happy.
Aye.
Because he's got a group there, isn't he, that seem to go on well with each other.
Yeah.
So it's about the team bonding and all that. So that's your first thing as a manager. Keep the boys sweet, keep them happy, and that's half the battle for me.
Well, here's one for you. What will Steve Clark do? Will he change his tactics for the ball, or has Steve Clark got to a stage now with Scotland and said, this is how we play regardless of opposition?
That's an unbelievable question. You deserved a bit more for to with that question because that was outstanding.
What do you think?
I think he might. Do you know that? I think he might go with a 4-3 Cyprus and then he might drop back to a 3-3 Spain. I'm just thinking what he would do. I know recently, am I right in saying, Faddy, that I was like a tennis court there, wasn't it?
Boris is back.
Yeah. Recently, he's been playing a float at the back though, Faddy. I'm right in saying that, isn't he?
I think it's flexible. I think it can be flexible.
Steve
I think
Clark's flexible.
We had. Well, I don't know about that. But no, I think that you've got to the stage where at the start it was, being organised, being hard to beat. He felt as though the back three was the way to go. I don't think it was a formation that. I think he said it many occasions that it wasn't that he had that. That's how he plays, and he's always done it. But he's got the flexibility now to play a back four. And I hate get caught up on. I know, but
I hate it. No, Scotland.
It depends how you play it. It's no. If you look at a formation, what does it matter? It's how you play it. If you play a back three and it ends up a five, and you're leaving a striker isolated, or you're not getting control of the ball, then it can be bad. But if you play and you're brave and you've got two centre backs on the outside that want to step into the play, Tierney obviously does that on the left. If you get your wing backs high and wide and you go and squeeze the game, then formations don't really bother me that much. People get caught up too much in is it a three, is it a four? How they play the system is all that matters. And I think that what we do at the back is maybe not as important as what we do maybe up front. We've got Lyndon Dykes. I think he was really ill in hospital. Is he going to come in? Is he ready? I think he's played 3 games since getting out of hospital. Shea Adams. I think that's how we set up, is to how we go and try and win the game and how we can affect teams defensively and make them think about how we're going to play. Spain's a different kettle of fish, but I think it'll be pretty similar because he's had a week to work this week on how he wants to play.
Do you think he'll play the same for both games because of that?
I think it'll be. I don't think it'll be too much different because he's got a full week to work on it for this game, which I know it's not going to be easy, and I know you don't overlook teams, but the game where you have to be really ready and be able to prepare for is the Spain game to try and get something, because they are different. You're going to have to adapt how you play as to how they play. You've got a 2-day turnaround in terms of preparation for the game. So I think it'll be a theme for the week. Obviously, not looking too far ahead for the players. They've got to look at Saturday and look at Cyprus. But I don't see there being then loads of changes for the Spain game if it's not been worked on.
Yeah. So you'll probably just rest Stephen O'Donnell for the Spain game.
I keep him right for that. I don't like Arjuna. I've never liked Feet at the back. Do you know that? I think. But then I get it. Maybe when you're playing an elite nation like Spain, but they're going to have all the ball.
But that's the difference in the two games, isn't it? The Cyprus game, we're going to have more of the ball. When you're saying about if it is 3 at the back, I
don't know if it will be.
But if that is the case, but we're going to, so it's what we do with the ball further up the park. That's where we're looking for that quality. Spain's different. We're not going to have as much of the ball. We're going to have to
be the World Cup, Spain?
Sit half it a wee bit.
Oh fuck! You watch him, Spain were rubbish.
Right, what was your point with 3 at the back? Sorry,
I think I would rather say that third centre half get out and get a centre mid and put him in the middle. Get higher up the pitch. I think I watch Spurs, and I don't know if it should be a Conte. I watch Spurs sometimes and I'm like, take one of them out and put a more forward-thinking player in the midfield. I would much rather. Now, as I said, I think these Cyprus and nations like that, you can do that and be on the front foot and more attacking. But then again, Spain, I think if they've got the ball, then they understand it. But in fact, they said that, I mean, he's right as well. Just because you play free back, if you've got the right players, Tierney can bomb on and make that.
How do you play a 4 at the back though if you've got Robertson and Tierney? Just play Tierney left centre back. Yeah, 4. I'm just trying. I was just trying to get the squad there. I would maybe look at. I'd maybe look at Tierney left centre half if I was going with a 4 at the back.
Imagine you were at 3-4-3 and you were day 2 in the middle of the pitch against Spain's 3 midfield players. Oh, but do you know? I think if you've got Tierney's a left centre back, a 3, and Robertson when they've been fit, they've been brilliant together. And it allows Tierney to kind of step forward. He's overlapping Robertson at times. Mm-hmm. So look, it's a brilliant position to be in, because if everybody's available, I know we're going to speak about the fact that boys aren't playing, but everybody's available, then he can play how he wants to play, how he feels best to win these games. As I said, if he plays a back 4 or a 3, I'm not that bothered. As long as we have the
we're better. You look at John McGinn, going and pressing teams, go and get after them, get up the pitch, get crosses into the box. If we can do that, I think we can for a back three. Then I'm not bothered what formation we're playing.
Oh, I'm interested in is Lewis starting. Surely he'll get his first start over his 2 games of the form he's been in it. I don't
know. I think he's got a better chance this time because there is a few of the guys that haven't been in the starting lineup, so it gives him a better opportunity. But says it before with Stevie Clarke, I think it's quite rightly so. From his point of view, he's loyal. These players, he knows what he gets for them. But that would be the only doubt in his back of his mind, is that lack of match sharpness, no fitness. The boys will be fit, they'll be ready to go, but it's just that match sharpness which he needs. So that'll be the only thing that'll be playing in his mind. Of course, I'd love him to start, but I'll no face him. If he doesn't start, if he takes a place on the bench, he'll be ready to go once he gets his opportunity. Because I've seen it often enough, that one of his biggest assets, Lewis, is his attitude. His attitude is bang on the money.
See, would you think it's right here as an international manager, somebody that's like Lewis, who's been playing every week, or do you go to your tried and tested?
Tried and tested.
That's the balance. Faddy's talking about, he said a whole week to have a look at them.
So you'd look at training, wouldn't you? It'd be a big thing for you.
And you get a wee feel for them, and you obviously be speaking to them individually, not just collectively.
I think it's Carver that gets a feel for them, but
individually. And he'll know.
He's a picking on that guy. John Carver's nuts, man. Aye, he's watching.
Remember you met Glenn next time?
You've been in order with him.
I've not seen the word about Carver for months.
He's a brilliant guy, I know.
I've seen the word Carver.
No, we're tight, John. Who else can we get? Who isn't in the Scotland setup?
Stevie Woods. Back to Stevie Woods.
Woods is not there now.
Is he not?
It's Chris Woods.
Oh, Chris Woods.
Oh, big.
He's a big boy, isn't he?
Big handsome. No, he's a big gentle giant. Big Chris. You know Chris.
Right,
very well.
He was at Everton.
Lovely.
I think Lou's looking at this midfield here. Lou starts. Lou starts all day for me. Looking at this midfield here.
Right, so who's he starting to hit? So if they're going to 3-4-3 and there's 2 centre midfields, who's getting left out? John McGinn, Cal McGregor or Lewis?
If he goes 3-4-3, I don't think he'll start. If he goes 3 in the middle of the pitch, he will. Yeah. But if he goes 3, I don't think he'll play there.
See, Lewis has been playing a different role with Bologna.
Where's he been playing?
He's playing just half a striker. But what happens with Lewis as well, when the teams have got the ball and they're on the attack, it's just natural instinct kicks in with him, that he tracks back and he gets back in, but he's got the energy, and the fitness then when they have got the ball to go up there. But he has been playing, a wee bit higher.
Great finisher.
I prefer him up, and this is where I have disagreements with maybe I prefer him a bit deeper, but he can play different roles, but he has been playing a different role. He has been a wee bit higher.
I think the good thing is you can have an argument about where you prefer to play him, but he can do them all. He can play as a deeper one and be disciplined. He can play as a normal midfielder that does both, gets forward and defends, and he can play as a.
Do you want to know he's not bad at? He's good at nullifying, playmakers. Not man market. He's good at that. He's quite good at that, doing that. So if there is a threat, sometimes I've saw that with Mota. He does that. You see him just peeling onto certain players when they've not got the ball, just to be in that area. So no, there's no that.
I've no pants on.
He's got him in a leg lock.
No pants on.
Have you not, say?
No pants on, did
Right? I know. Did you have a shower today?
Your imagination for that one.
Do you have your shower?
I had it today.
Aye, good. You're good.
Anyway, moving on, just wanted to let you know that.
How does it feel to get up against the denim?
It doesn't really feel much.
Yours doesn't even touch it. Doesn't even get to the denim.
What colour are they? You are running a massive risk today. No draws on.
You punch you. Like that looks like.
You look great.
Wait till you stand up, sitting on a leather couch. Leave it sweaty.
Aye, that's right.
Skid marks on the jeans. I've not seen that for a while.
Aye, you're right actually, it will. Because of the colour. Oh no.
Just tie your jacket around your waist.
Did you go into your drawer and there was no boxes?
Looking about his for age, I went, fuck it, no pants.
And
then I was coming down the scooter and my zip was down. But luckily for me, it
doesn't hang out.
it was never nearly zip. It was never nearly zip.
So you not done the washing there? Should have done the washing.
No, I'm in the main flat now, so that's fucking...
No, you're so your man done the washing this week there.
It's hard doing it.
Must be rubbish having your man.
No, here.
Remember that when you were like 13, 14, your man?
It's hard, mate. See, You're in places for trying to do work and all that. Fuck you, get dappy.
Try to sell all the cans of well thing.
Hey, by the way, I get that because the weather's no conducive to you do your washing, you can't hang it out.
You're spot on. Exactly, it's all stuff to do. You can't do anything.
Right,
Billy Gilmore. I mean, it's not long ago when you were sitting fighting side, you think this guy's going to take care of this nation and he's going to be. Is he even playing for Brighton?
7 games it says here, the monitoring board have put 7 times.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing because it's a right good standard in there.
But Brighton are the best team in the world as well, mate. Right now.
Yeah, outstanding Brighton.
Third best possession.
What do you think has happened with Billy Gilmore there though? Because he was playing at Chelsea, remember he was flying there at a certain point.
It's hard because we obviously see him playing for Scotland, he's always brilliant. And it's tough, you know, does he fit into the way the manager wants to play at Brighton? Obviously no. So I think it's...
But you think if one style was going to suit him, Faddy, it would be a possession-based style, wouldn't you?
Aye, but I mean the players in front of him aren't bad, are they?
That's
so
the thing.
I think that is, you know, that's the issue when you play in the Premier League. You found that obviously at Chelsea, competition's massive. So it's hard to get in, and it's hard to, once you get in, stay in.
Would you agree? I don't think the Norwich loan did him any favours. Going into a side that were always going to be up against it. It didn't suit Billy's style of play. Do you know that?
And you know what that does to your confidence after that, mate.
And it's good, and he is a terrific talent. We all know that. But you've just hit the nail on the head there, by the way, because when you're in a team and then you start to get a bit of stick, you know, for fans, it does start to kind of eat away at you a wee bit. So his confidence could have been dented a wee bit. I get that, but he's just got to find the right fit into Billy. You know,
see on that Norwich one, because
I thought it might have been good initially, but then now to see the other side of the game.
I mean, that's why you had to get better at that side of the game.
Get better at that side of the game, but it's kind of worked against him, I think, a wee bit.
But see, when he first came in, he played against, I think it was Everton, man of the match. Next game, Liverpool.
For Norwich,
for Chelsea, man of the match. He came in, everybody was talking about him, comes into the Scotland team, man of the match in like his first 5 or 6 appearances. So there was no dip there. He was playing well all the time, and he was probably protected a wee bit, and every time he came in he done really well. So I get what you're saying.
Excited about that.
That was your finish though, wasn't it? Just that one. So then he goes to Norwich, and it was apparently because Tuchel and Farke were tight, and they played the same sort of style, and he was going to fit in, he was going to play. But you need going through a dip. You need some tough times in your development to come back and say, right, you know, I'm learning. I'm maybe not playing man of the match every week. I'm maybe not the star man, but I'm learning the game. Yeah. And you're building that resilience. The other thing, he moves to Brighton because he decides that it's time to go, and then the manager leaves back to the club he's just left. So,
and even we things like Billy Reid being there. Maybe a Scottish guy to help him, and you could imagine them being quite tight, and then he leaves after.
It's a wee bit of luck we always talk about that you need, innit? So
I've got an unbelievable question here, Si. Can you answer because I'm a big one?
Do you want me to ask it?
Aye, do you want it because you're good at the ones?
Right, Fad, did you find there was any tension between the players if somebody hadn't been playing with their clubs and then they came back and played straight away for Scotland based on previous performances for their country?
That's really, really good. You didn't look for the sheet either.
I never really noticed because that was me that was not playing for my club and coming in bench. So I was buzzing. But no, our training was intense every day. So you knew that coming, there was players that had maybe played well previously that weren't playing at their clubs, but they were coming because they wanted to play. There was players that were flying at their clubs. But the training was always intense.
So see, just in terms of you as a coaching staff, would you sit down and take all 3 of the things into consideration, how they'd done for you, for the country themselves, how they'd done for their club, and then how they trained? Or was it just based on what they'd done for Scotland in the past?
You need to take everything. You're watching players, you're going and seeing how they're playing at their club. You get all the training data and that, and then you get to see, you know, their fitness levels. And then obviously you watch them in training, you need to see how they are within that group. The problem we had was some games you were having one training session because 2-day recoveries or, you know, it's too close to a game. One game we had half the squad played on a Sunday and the game was Thursday. they don't train till Wednesday. But Wednesday can't be a full training session because it's the day before a game. So then you need to look at boys that are in form and try and have an idea of what you think your team's going to be. But the players that haven't been playing with their clubs, they'll be fit. And it's part of international football. You turn up and you've for the moment you get there, you've got a chance to impress. And if you've not been playing, for me, if I didn't play, I look forward to going and training every day and going and trying to impress and try and get involved. Look, I didn't play every time. Sometimes you'd be on the bench, you'd be disappointed, but I don't think I would ever look at it and say, how am I not playing when he's not playing for his club? Because you see boys in training and you can understand why certain boys are picked or others. So,
what was your views with managers? What would you say? Somebody played incredible for their last game for Scotland. You then didn't see them for 2 months, but they're not playing for their club in between that time. They come back. Somebody's maybe playing for their club that's not played for you previously. What would you go with?
Sometimes if somebody's done it for you in the past, and you know, and you like what you see, you know what you're going to get, you're more inclined, I think, to go with that. You know, that's, you know what you're
I think when you've got a settled squad, that's definitely what happens. If you've got a boy that's you know has played well, and
so you're
Stephen O'Donnell's playing up front Saturday, didn't he?
If you look at some of the players that, if you've played well in the last international game and you've been unfortunate that you've not been picked, or maybe you've picked up a wee knock that you were out for 4 weeks and then you've struggled to get back in, but by that point you're fit and you're available and you turn up, then the manager for the national team's going to look and say, well, he's fit, I've got all his numbers, he's you know, maybe played a few development games or reserve games. He's ready. Games. Then you look at him in training and go, no problems putting him in because I know what I'm going to get off him.
Aye, and that's it. We're not privy to that. We don't know what the rest of the guys are doing in the squad. What have they been playing in the? Is it under 23 doing their development games? Maybe they're playing the games, you know, but they're just not getting into their club, their first team. But they're there. They're ready to go. They've done it in the past. You know, I sometimes think you would maybe be a wee bit inclined to go with that.
And the size of the squads as well. If you've got a boy that's no played or been out of it, you don't want to, you can afford to take a risk on whether he's going to be ready or not, to keep him involved and keep the continuity of the squad, to make sure that, just to give him maybe a wee lift, because we've got games coming up in June where, you know, a lot of time when there's games, international games in June, people are maybe looking at it going, could get a wee holiday here and maybe no focus as much on it. So if you're keeping that squad and giving people the incentive to turn up, then, you know, it just keeps them involved and keeps them ready, whether they're ready to play this game, but more so to try and build that harmony within the squad.
Stevie Clark will listen to everything that's going on. Aye, he knows what he's going to do, and he's got that belief in the boys and that. So he'll play what he thinks. He'll not think, I should play him, you know, just because there's a clamour for it. He'll not do that. No. He'll do what's right for him.
Were you ever playing really well for your club and you felt like somebody was getting ahead of you at Scotland just based on kind of reputation what they've done in the past?
I was a wee bit disappointed I never get a call up when I was at Hearts, because I thought for a couple of seasons I was playing alright at Hearts, playing pretty well, probably better than what I was at Rangers, but never get the call up. You know, so it's kind of annoys you a wee bit. But that goes back to that old one. Once you're playing with Celtic or Rangers, it's...
They keep saying
the perfect one. The perfect one's Tosh. Tosh, when I was playing with Tosh at Hearts, Tosh McKinley, he was brilliant, so he was. Never wasn't getting a call up. As soon as he goes to Celtic, what happens?
He tried to battle me before.
Tosh? Tosh not a fighter.
I think he is.
He tried to do me.
He's not. I know he's stuck Eden Larson, but he's alright.
Shut tie on every day.
On his best dress.
Did you ever play the 21s in it?
Scotland?
Nah, you never could
I
tell.
played in the Euro.
You're gonna realise that.
I played in the Euro. The only team ever to do it, qualify for the Euros.
Mate, we got to the final Euros. What are you talking about?
Must have been under 17 level, I think. Must have been. I think it took that stand.
Under 13s?
We didn't score a goal, but didn't actually. It was amazing. Do you know who was playing that day?
Do you ever get called up to 21s?
No.
Did you have school?
Did you?
It goes back to he'd have been playing in Motherwell's first team, and there'd have been boys not getting in anywhere near the first team in the 21s.
Did you have schoolboy football?
No, I wasn't in any.
Was that under 15s and that? So
right, one I've been waiting for. I want to get your teeth right.
He's off it.
No, not at all.
You somewhere to go?
No, not at all. This one I've been waiting for. Longshanks. Angus Gunn.
Long shots.
Thoughts on this, because we didn't miss him, did we, Si?
No,
we did not miss him, so let's see if you miss him or no.
How good is he? That's the other question. How good is Angus Gunn?
I've never seen the guy play.
Like
is he better than
he's under massive pressure for me to come in and perform, because for years he said no. He wanted to go and be England's goalie. Obviously that's not happened. It doesn't look like it's going to happen.
I think his dad would have.
He's going to be that fucking England goalie.
He
seems like a character, doesn't it? Seems like a right good character if he thinks he's going to be the fucking England goalie.
And now he's coming in for us, and big pressure on him.
You surprised he called him up?
No, because I don't think we've got a lot of brilliant options in goalies.
He's not bothered. He wants the best player. And if somebody that's available, you can get him into the side, he'll do it. I don't think he'll bother.
Nah, we had it with Shea Adams, didn't we? He said no at first. There is a difference, obviously, because his dad didn't play for Scotland, and there is a slight difference, but as soon as he comes in and performs the way he does, everybody forgets that. So that's why, look, I want Scotland to be qualifying for every tournament. I want them to win every game. And if he comes in and does well, brilliant. But if he comes in and doesn't, then you know the pressure's going to be.
If he's better than other two, will play. And I don't think Steve Clark will bother about that.
No, of course
not. Look at Adams. I think he's been brilliant for Scotland, isn't he?
I think he must be coming to play. There's no way you'd be calling him up to sit.
I know it is.
So James Steve Clark's the type to say you're definitely going to come and play.
So.
I don't think he is.
But would you call a guy that?
Well, that's the test, isn't it? Right, so do you want to change? Do you want to change? Come play for Scotland? Aye. Right. Come in and fight for your place. If he says no, then just go. Right, don't bother then.
Aye, good.
Don't bother. So, well, I think he's favourite, obviously, to play. I think he's favourite because.
Have any actually ever seen him?
I've not seen him live playing.
That was a good keeper.
Couple of good moves.
That was a good keeper.
That was a good laugh, I know.
Was he?
Oh, I remember at the weekend we were in, me and Durante we were in Ibiza. He was over with big Neil Cooper, big tatty. And they were bleaching their hair and all that. That's what happened to me. I was putting all sorts of stuff into my hair and all that, bleaching my hair every day and all that. Look, that's what it does to you. So it does that. They were a good laugh.
Good guy, yeah.
Aye. So it was, so we had a few aye, it was. That's where she appeared. She appeared on mopeds and all that. Oh, I forgot that, so aye. Oh,
has he got a loaded gun?
Billy gun in the wrestling?
Billy gun,
for a week.
Oh, right, move on.
Where are you going on holiday?
No, I've not booked in.
No, yeah, you booked?
I'm going to Tenerife. Aye, couple of times.
Whereabouts Las Americas, Los Cristianos?
Costa Deque.
What hotel?
Really? So close.
I was like, what hotel? What hotel are you going to? Bacora?
How do you know?
So everyone goes, mate, it's good.
Aye. That was a
you love it, mate. There's flames in the hotel.
Aye, that's right.
Really
that's
good.
in Las Americas.
That's it.
And we're going to somewhere else. I wasn't going to say the one at Costa Deque, but aye. But is it nice, aye?
Oh, beautiful, mate.
I like the volcano across the road. Let's get that up.
What?
You get the up, you got
got it up. Then it's not if standing next to a fucking volcano. How hot you want it?
It's got
you take your
it's got a place you can go upstairs. It's an ad.
Why did you see a fire there?
It's an ad.
You want some of the hot wings to take you to the volcano? You're a sick bastard.
Oh man. I keep going dizzy, mate.
Where are you going on holiday?
Don't know.
Why don't
Australia?
Oh, you went to Australia?
Going to Australia.
What part?
Melbourne.
When are you going?
It's not for a long way.
I'm not sure, because the only thing that's kind of put me off is Australia. It's the winter when we...
Women's World Cup's in July in Australia.
Is that how you're going?
Get a wee watch, I'll get a wee view.
A wee view.
What? Are you going red again?
No, it's hot in here. Start fucking volcano.
Wait, are you going to stay in a hotel?
Well, I don't know. I know a few people were there, so I'm going to talk to them, try to sort out a few.
McGarry?
Is he in Melbourne?
No.
He's in Perth. Right, on to the curtain.
I think Scott McDonald's in Melbourne.
Still, yeah.
Oh, there's loads, mate. I think Scott McDonald's in Melbourne. Well, he was, I don't know actually.
Go meet me, Scott, he's good laugh.
Scotty's chilled out massively.
Is he?
I don't, if you know brought in the holiday part of a wee bit too, because still got games to go. This is the stage of the season. You'll know that.
It was him that started on holidays. He's always
this is when the boys all start. Remember, all the boys start getting into the gym.
Aye, 100% of them.
The thing is, they're always in it now. They're all in it. They're in it.
What I'm saying, in my day, they wouldn't be near the gym. And then it would get the last 6 weeks of the season, because they were going on holiday, they'd be battering the gym. So they were getting a Derek Lyle build.
That was it. He pulled us in about a stage of the season. He says, "I know what you're thinking, lad. Your minds are on Malta." You're like, who the fuck goes to Malta? I'll be fucking mad. Your mind is in Malta. What the fuck? Who goes to Malta?
Oh, people like me.
I know you, Simon. Your mind is in Malta. Strange guy. Who's going to take over the selling of oil thing when you're in Australia on your holidays?
That'll be all done. All the cans will be drank by then. If no, then we'll need to. I wonder if we could take it global.
Why don't you sell?
We can't even take it local.
You need to crack Anderson first before you take it global.
Well, I think goes global.
You're actually giving it to people and they're giving you it back.
To be honest, I actually think that. No, I'm telling you, I think it's going to be a success. But anything you go into business, you can only do it when you've got a proper passion for it.
Aye.
Whereas football coaching is a day with that. But unfortunately, I make no money from my businesses. It's
because you're using all the product.
Get me stalks in at St Enoch's and George Square and I'll come along and help you.
That's just money again, innit?
Wow, what's money?
What's money not?
For a stall, you need to speculate to accumulate, mate.
Good shape.
It's better than just
wonder how you can get cans on a plane.
Hoping somebody's going to chap your door.
That's
a great wee thing we're going here. If you've ever had a business outside of football or...
I had a business.
Don't even go there, by the way.
What clothes? Vintage clothes.
Aye.
Did you?
Done well, mate.
Do not exist in now?
So the Canyon made us stop it, mate. Found out I was going about charity shops.
Was that you and Steph?
And Steph, Doing well, mate. And he's like, stop that.
So was that with ASOS?
ASOS Marketplace. Mate, see a buzz you got when an order came in that. Brilliant, man.
Oh, so you went...
Boys used to model for us, all the players and that, outside the training ground, taking pictures on the clay zone. Loved it, mate. That miserable bastard did not let us do it.
Do it again. Oh, loads of time then, ain't you?
On to the coop,
man.
You not spoke about that?
No, you asked about or you want to know about the English-born guys, is there any...
Oh, you just skipped.
Oh shit, I missed that, sorry.
It looks like Monday was a one-off, doesn't it?
Need to change it.
Come on, last wee bit. We're into time added on.
Who are going to think these are all filmed on the same day?
Right, Paddy. What was the dynamic? Sorry, take it away.
Go for
it. What was the dynamic like in Scotland? Because with the English-born guys, was there tension?
Didn't ask it like it's a question.
You see that? No, I changed it. Was there tension?
Nah, it was fine, mate. Move on.
He's giving it to you.
No,
Smith team. Did you see a lot of English? But was it?
Aye.
Who?
Quasi. Graham Alexander. Trying to think who else is.
Is Graham Alexander Scottish now?
I'm
sure he was born in Scotland. Graham Alexander. I could be wrong.
Maybe just the accent. Because he played his career down in England. Trying to think of who else. There must have been others, but
is there
Chris
anything
Commons came in as well.
Tell that didn't feel like the same as the Scottish boys? Nah. Didn't name names?
No, not really. I don't think there was any. Because you're there, and I always go back to it, the training was always such a high standard. It was always like everybody at it, trying to impress. And the players, like a lot of the players played in England, so you either play against them, some of them are in your team. So you kind of know these players anyway. And they just come in, integrate into the squad. I don't know how it would be now though, because when I played, the players would always like meet up, whether it was going for a coffee, you'd have a room with the PlayStation, you'd sit and play the PlayStation. You'd always be together, because before smartphones and like DVD players, you'd have a movie night, so they'd put it in the meeting room, movie night, whatever. So the players were always encouraged to be together. I don't know what it's like now, because I mean, don't get me wrong, some boys would go and say, I'm just going to watch a box set in my room and knock him out, but I don't know what it's like now. If the players are meet up as much to have coffees, or they sit in their room.
What did he say?
Tell me for a ham shank. Know what you would do, what other people would do.
Do Do you know something? The question I was going to ask then, it might benefit them, like, because they might have something in their contract. If you're an international player, it might be be worth a few bob. So maybe that could be a reason they're more inclined to say, all right, so I'm not going to turn my nose up.
I think what about as a coach again?
So it might be a few.
Did you ever get that feeling? Because there's quite a lot of English boys at that time, nah?
Was there what?
You get the feeling that they're not feeling it as much as the Scottish boys?
No, I mean there was one or two where you could tell, but you don't know if it's because they don't feel it as much or they're getting to a stage in their career where they don't like being away for their family. You know, I think it's tough to say that because you're professional. Look, if you're born in the country, I think it helps with your passion, but if you've got good professionals that want to come and they turn up for training and they turn up for games and they play the way they normally play with their clubs, then I think it's, you know, it's hard to judge them. The only problem, what I like to see is everybody singing the national anthem before the game. Oh. And some that are born in Scotland, born and bred, don't do it as well. So it's not just, you know, English or not being born in Scotland, but I like to see that's a wee one for me.
So I always like when you used to go away with Scotland, they always put like montages up to try and get you going. It'd usually be like William Wallace or something. It's like slashing English guys and if you're an English guy sitting there like that,
they should turn around and show their arse, shouldn't they? The main stand.
Aye.
When that'd be great, drop the shorts, there you go. Ready to go.
Was it you smoked the Barry before he done all that?
Oh, by the
way. Where were you when that all came out?
By the way, I wasn't even at the game. I was sitting in the house watching it with my dad, and my dad like that. What's he doing? Is that daft? What are you doing? Going like that, man. But that was, well, it's a Ferguson thing. He lasted well into the morning, didn't he?
He kept going drinking. Was it that he just done on the camera?
Aye, you'll not be happy you're talking about it. Anyway, no,
you
don't.
I spoke to him about it before on this.
What did he say?
I can't remember what he said. It was fucking years ago. You used to got interviewed the same day, remember?
By the way, it was a shame.
Right at the start, open goal.
Aye.
He was first, then you came in after.
Because I stopped him getting into the Hall of Fame. He was on about 46 caps or something, Barry. Now, if that episode hadn't have happened, he'd have got in. We'd have got a lot more caps than that, wouldn't you? In the Hall of Fame. So maybe there is a regret there.
Well, there must be. There has to be.
There has to be.
How would you feel as a player if with English boys coming into the...
I wouldn't care less, mate. If they made my team better, that's all I'd care about.
I'm a wee bit... See, I'm inclined to think more like that now. See if it's going to give us a better chance of winning a game of football. Get them.
I think if they're coming to play and like to do well, then great, fine, no problem. As long as, because we're not having people coming into the country having their 3-5 years what they do in other countries and then playing for that when they tie at all. You have to have a tie to the country. And I don't mind as long as it's no try to further their career and say, well, if I go there, I'm an international player and pulling out and deciding when they turn up and no. As long as they're committed. Just like these two here. You know what I mean?
I don't know why you're laughing like that. See, yes, you make me laugh.
Right, Coop, let's go.
Fucking hell, man.
We went through our approach against Cyprus.
Nah, we've done all that. You go for it. Be Cyprus. Gung ho. Go for it.
Gun ho.
Good one. Brilliant.
Hopefully no.
Gun ho. And then Spain hitting the counter attack. Okay, on to the Coop. Cyprus. Dale, I'll start with you. Now we need a score and a first goal scorer.
Right, I'm going to go Cyprus will win 2-0. And
Cyprus will win 2-0?
No, Cyprus are going to
his first goal.
So say Ferguson, please say Ferguson, mate.
Right, go on. So we're going to win 2-0. I fancy, and it's the opening. I know the opening goal scorer will be, and by the way, he's prolific. It's McGinn for me. Coming for a deeper area against a packed defence, I can see McGinn coming in. And in the business. Right, we're there. Right.
Hey, Paddy boy.
I'll go for. What did you say? 3-1.
2-0.
2-0. I'll take a 2-0 and I'll take.
I'll go McGinn 4-0.
Oh,
Good.
wow.
There we go.
We had no bets on it. What are you thinking?
1 each.
Get it.
Aye.
Excellent.
He's the worst, isn't he?
Honesty. Honesty. You have to
1
always
each?
be honest.
No, Scotland and
It's the Cyprus game we're talking about.
Oh, you're not talking Spain? Spain not Scotland.
That's Spanish colours, no? Kinda.
You got Spanish? Do you know any Spanish?
Language? Hola. ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. Oh, boys, outstanding on the
Well done,
best.
lads.